On today's podcast, once again I didn't have any ideas to talk about because it just goes with the flow. But a couple hours, after I got off of work and I got some news about Joe Rogan apologizing for some information that he shared on his podcast the day before. And he made an Instagram video apologizing about some wildfires. And he gave some information that was geared towards factual and which it was not. I'm assuming like his viewers and, people had tweeted out to him or called him up, just like how Ava calls me up and says that my mic was muted. I'm so glad that she has my phone number. So, so I thought to myself, okay, that's an idea that I might want to talk about. That's actually quite important. Okay, so what I'm getting at is about like fact checking your information on an everyday basis. You got the baby boomers, reading the paper, the newspapers still. You see them. You go to the breakfast joints, and there's always a newspaper out there. And I'm talking about the breakfast joints that are freaking like old school retro, man. And there's always some dude, and then if you have the paper on you, they'll say, hey, can I have a section or this or that? They're very specific for asking for a certain section of the paper, or they'll be listening to the radio a lot, in their car during their commutes, and they're satisfied and they're so confident about the information because there's trust, and history with the baby boomers receiving information and how they fact check things. And but the thing is, there's a growing laziness on fact checking. They're so they put their trust in certain things because of history. It's just it's law. It's to them it's law. But then you got the teenagers. Man, I was thinking about the teenagers as I was thinking about this topic about fact checking. And the thing about teenagers is that their spontaneity, man, their fortitude, and their resilience of anything on the internet. They bounce right back from things, listen to things, and focus on things and think about it and change their minds. They're super flexible. Teenagers nowadays on the internet, they see things, they catch on to things, they see the trends, and they're so confident and so loyal to certain things on the internet. And then you got the boomers who are like, oh my gosh, it's just a trend, the whole TikTok thing, there's seeing their sons and daughters getting into the TikTok, and then the boomers are like, oh, they just let it go. They go, oh man, just these freaking phases these kids go through, oh man, and they just blow it off. And then the teenagers shrug at the olders, the older wise adults, and you don't know what you're talking about, and this and that, and so everybody both sides of the generations, they're so confident and so loyal to these ways of receiving information and judging and making sure things are correct. But both sides have something in common. They're doing it to fill their needs. They're only, once again, there's something always common about my podcasts. I'm always bringing up this ideology of like being selfish and one-track minded and thinking about yourself. I've been noticing that about my podcasts. But I said to myself, well, what would Adam, if I was going to fact check, if I was going to fact check right now, and somebody said like, hey, man, like, I really need you to find the facts on this or that. It could be anything, But the thing is, I'm that Generation X. I was born in 1974. I had the privilege to grow up in a life when televisions were barely starting, black and white, I think there was color TV, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in a household where we were the first ones on the block to have a television set. Maybe one of the first ones to have a VHS player. So I understand what the baby boomers are getting at and being loyal to certain ways of information. But yet I grew up during the dawn of the internet with all the technology and the cell phones and the electronic cars. And so the thing that always develops with both sides, the best of both sides. And when I say the best, is because sometimes there's a bit of ignorance on any generation. There's and what I'm getting at about both sides is that both sides are skeptical, both sides are cynical, and you're like you're in this like state of like war. You have this like inner war, with yourself in your head. You're like you believe in something and then you have doubt, and but the thing is, so I said, okay, these are natural feelings that are always going to happen to any human being, no matter how clever you are, no matter how educated you are. You're gonna be skeptical and you're gonna be cynical about everything and anything till the day you die. But it's just, there's nothing wrong with using the tools that are in front of you. And in this case, what's abundant is the internet. And don't let the guy over your shoulder snicker at you and say, he goes, oh, you're getting on the internet, you're gonna believe everything you Google search on the internet. I mean, it's kind of like, just let it go, but it's like you ask this person that's being critical to you and say, well, let's go to the library. Let's go to the source. You want to know if this restaurant is open on this particular holiday, but you went on the internet and the internet says that it's closed. Well, how about we just get in the car and go look? Or how about we just call? Just be cool with it, man, and use the tools that are available to you. And if it happens to be the internet and you're Google searching something and you're looking through the Wikipedia, or but the thing is, like, it's like constantly ask questions, read what the information is given to you, and just, what I'm just trying to say is there's like a few things that are going to push you into fact checking. For one, it's if it's interesting to you, if it's shareable and emotional, and if you say those three things to you, the first thing you probably think of is Facebook, because Facebook thrives on interesting, shareable, and emotional. I mean, you just go through, your page, and you just keep on scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and you'll stop if one of those things catch you. But say you're that baby boomer, man, you're listening to this podcast and you're like, man, I don't got time to fact check, Adam. Okay. Well, let me tell you something. Let me explain to you. And I got my notes here. I made some notes just so I don't forget what I was wanting to say. So what I was saying here, try to read maybe word for word. So it's, how can I make, this is what I'll say to mostly towards the boomer generation. So I wrote for myself for the podcast. I said, how can I make the internet better for my lifestyle and others? Okay. It's just I make terrible notes. I tell you that. But what I'm saying, better info, better fact checking your interests, better fact checking your shareables and your emotional feelings on whatever it is you're looking up or wanting to know for information. The better the information you get, the info leads to better decisions, which lead to a better world. I know it sounds so romantic or that, but it's just from a notepad that I wrote for myself. So give me a break. When I start writing, I get melodramatic, and I try to make it sound all cool, but it's like, if you really give a damn, you got to give a damn. Whatever it is you give a damn about, why would you not go and research? If you don't fact check, for instance, there's several things that I'm finally realizing that I need to fact check. And I understand a lot of you are going like, man, I really don't care. I just go to work, I come home, I eat, I take care of my kids, and I don't got time to be fact checking everything of all my interests and all that. This is me telling you, if those are the words that are coming out of your mouth, then understand that the information that you get is going to be what it is. You know, however you get it. In other words, let me put it in simpler terms. You want to eat food, okay? But you keep on eating junk food, where you're gonna look like shit. Do you understand that? Okay. Same thing with information. Okay. You keep on getting shit information, you're gonna be talking shit. I don't know, man. It's just rolling off the tongue here. I'm trying to make it simple. I don't want to get complicated, and I can get complicated. I can say all these fancy words and perfect, saying things with the perfect dialogue, and make myself sound like I'm some smart person and that knows what the fuck I'm talking about. And I don't, man. I just freaking searched all this up just after I heard the thing with Joe Rogan. Made myself some cliff notes or bulletin bulletins notes that my cousin had mentioned to me. I did my fact checking, and I did some digging in a few hours time. And there actually is some websites that kind of help you do a better version of your own fact checking. Let me look here at my notepad. The websites that I found were this website called Snopes, SNOPES.com. And I just opened it up. Looked at it really quick. Didn't do some very good fact checking, but it looked pretty legit. And the other one I found was politicalfacts.com, and that's spelled POLITIFACT.com. I think those websites, I'm gonna hold on to those and keep those saved in a folder, so I can, when I do have questions, I'm gonna go in and use those websites. And for future podcasts, I think it's when I talk to you guys and when I share information, I wanna know what the hell I'm talking about, especially when it's a topic I really don't like. Like for instance, like say tomorrow I want to talk about history. I want to do my fact checks because I don't trust my education. I don't trust the information that I learned in high school, and the little bit of college that I had. So I'm gonna hop on those websites, and I'm gonna get my feet wet and dig in there and see what can I dig up and say, okay. And I think maybe it's time for me to start reading some books, and start opening up my mind. And some people already say that I have a pretty broad understanding of everything, but I got time to read. So I'm gonna read, and I want to be more informative if I'm doing this podcast for you guys. I want to know what the hell I'm talking about. So the fact checking thing that happened with Joe Rogan, with giving false information, which was, he thought he was giving the right information, but he just didn't fact check. He was just speaking in a whim. And that's pretty scary, especially for him. And I understood why he made the video, because his voice is, because he has a very large audience. He's at the top of the food chain when it comes to sharing information, other than like the news. But when you got the president of the United States saying that he wants Joe Rogan to be a moderator for the next, for the next debate. When you got stuff like that going on, then yes, Joe Rogan has a heavy burden that I'm pretty sure he knows, that he realizes that with every single word that he says, people are listening, and people are taking it seriously, and people strongly feel that every word that he says is law, is the truth, and that it's honest. And and even though I'm at the bottom of the food chain, I'm probably even much lower than that. I'm just a bottom feeder, and I don't feel anything wrong by saying that, because that's where you got to start. You got to start from nothing. So I just wanted to have this topic in the podcast to say that I think this is my first kind of like legit fact checking of really nothing, but just wanting to better my skills on fact checking is what I'm saying. And I gave you the 2 websites that I'm going to be using as my tools, and I'm going to fact check those websites. But it's just, I'm saying that that's where I'm going to start. And if you're one to always be questioning things, then maybe you'll find that time to come in during a live stream, and we do some fact checking together. And that would be cool. That'd be real cool. I can just imagine the kind of stuff that you guys would be coming in and going, hey, Adam, I decided to come into your live broadcast, and I did some fact checking, and by the way, a lightning bolt is claiming to have so much electricity, and I don't believe it, and I want to fact check this. just I can just imagine the trolley fact checking that some of you guys would be getting into. It's kind of I would have to say this is kind of like maybe the first kind of like chuckle that I've given in the podcast, and it's really funny because my nickname for my friends back home, they call me the Laughing Hyena, and I have not yet uttered a laugh like that. So Well, for those of you that are listening in, Ava is still in the chat hanging out with me, and is saying like ... the Tootsie Pop. How many licks does it really take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? During the commercial, it ended up being 3 with a heavy crunch. Was that a by fact checking? Is that a legit? There was 3 visually. There was 3 visual licks. If an owl's tongue looks like that, then a very small tongue at that, and the Tootsie Pop was probably as big as his mouth, but yet had some tremendously strong teeth. And I don't know owls to have teeth, but I've have seen birds crack peanuts and of the such with their beaks. Parrots, for that matter. But this was an owl, and I'm assuming they probably do the same. But now I'm getting technical with the silly comment of what Ava had said. Yeah, I would really like to make it fun. I don't know. I might make it like a segment on the podcast every day to have something that I fact checked every day. Maybe have that something new. What's on the agenda? Or maybe I should make it like a poll. Throw up some topics that are desired to be fact checked, and then have the viewers do a straw poll and pick one, and then for the next podcast I will give my fact check results, and then you guys would have to show your fact check results, and then we got to compare. It's a little far-fetched of an idea, but the thing is, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I'm going to make a change for myself. I'm going to start learning how to research. As silly as it may be, but how about we all start doing it little by little? You like a certain type of food? I know all of you guys that are listening right now, you just thought of a favorite food that you want right now. So why don't you just do some fact checking? Why does the fact checking have to be when you're wanting to search for lies? Why can't fact checking be something fun? Why, like for instance, like I love cheesecake, and if I have it every day like I can, my face will break out, and I'll start getting a gut, and then my gut will turn into a belly, and then next thing you know, I'm going to have to buy a whole new wardrobe because my pants and shorts that don't fit. But I've been doing well, and the things that I'm doing well for myself, maybe I should fact check. For instance, like I'm liking the S. Pellegrino water, the sparkling natural mineral water. Well, why don't I do some fact checking on that? Or the Caesar salad that I buy myself every day. I don't know where the origins of Caesar salads came from. I'm taking a wild guess, and Caesar from Rome did not invent the Caesar salad, and then watch my ass be proven wrong when I fact check it. Why don't I start researching stuff that I think is making my life better, making my body feel better, like those water and a salad every day. Or then the things that I want to technically buy for myself for the podcast. For instance, I just bought a new mouse, and I've been needing it for about 2 years, and I finally just went out and bought it. I mean, my other mouse was getting bad. Had The right button was 50% broken off, and the left click was at first double clicking, and then it started triple clicking, and then I started telling myself this is super dangerous, because there's things that you click on the computer, and you start clicking it more than once, you might accidentally delete something very important. Now, so I did my research, and I did some fact checking. The simple fact checking that everybody does. They go on to see, and let's see, should I go buy it myself? Should I take my own vehicle and go to a brick and mortar? That's wear and tear on my car. Why don't I take advantage of the internet and just order it online and ship it next day? That's going to take a full day, and then I'm going to have to pay big time. That's money. I work hard for my money. I don't know if I want to do that. You don't want to pay for next day air when you can just drive there. Oh, shoot, but the wear and tear in my car. The gas, I'm going to burn gas on, all these little silly decisions that I went through today. I could have gone, and Chava was telling me go do Post-its or whatever that service is called, Postmates. It was just getting ridiculous, and I just got in my car, and you go into Best Buy, and it's like freaking like Candyland, and I was seeing things that I needed. I saw two monitors that I want to buy. Of course, they don't sell big mics, but I wanted to buy another camera, and I wanted to buy 2 monitors, and I had the brand new mouse in my hand, and I go, I gotta get the fuck out of here before I freaking spend money, and but that brings it into a good transition for the second topic of my podcast. And that is the question about guests on the podcast. And I'm giving myself a strong opinion, and I'm saying that I'm not ready yet. And it's for silly things. I think maybe I need like a second mic, and sure, you need a second mic for the guest, and I want the exact same mic that I am using myself. Throughout the whole years of my streaming podcasts, this mic has been just, excuse my French, but fucking badass. So I'm gonna buy another mic like this, and I'm gonna say the truth, and I am going to give the guests my old mic, and I'm going to use the brand new mic. The mic is amazing, and for those of you that are interested in the mic or the quality of the sound, mind you that I do have a soundboard mixer, and I do have filters on my voice to negate the outside ambience noise from the street, because my apartment is not soundproof, and sometimes I have a fan running, and so there's filters to compress the sound, and you guys know what I'm talking about. But the brand of this is an AKG. I think let me Precision, is it? Perception 420 or something like that. I gotta buy another one of those, and I want to be pretty frank with you guys. for all of you family and friends that are listening on the YouTube past broadcasts. My birthday's on October 22nd. And Christmas is around the corner soon after. And I would like such things. I've grown out of the happy birthday phone calls. I've grown out of the happy birthday cakes. I've even grown out of the happy birthday cards. I'm grown. And I need different things. I desire different things, and so there you have it. but Adam, they'll say, but Adam, that the things that you need cost hundreds of dollars. Well, then there is no there was nobody pushing you to even get anything at all. But there might be one person out there that would say, you know what, Adam deserves that, and I have the means and the ways to get such things. I'm gonna do that. But then again, there's a guilt trip, when you get such a grand gift on your birthday or on your Christmas, because it's like, damn, they got me something pretty badass. Fuck. Now I gotta get them something badass. But yeah. Oh. What? Holy shit, boys and girls. I just got a birthday gift. Yes, the birthday is coming around the corner, and yes, the vacations. That about paid for my Razer Naga mouse, Ava. That came close to freaking me out, because I'm looking at my TV and I got the equalizer going, and it's not supposed to move unless like a follow or some kind of notification goes off. And I saw the freaking equalizer freaking just start bumping, and I got confused. I'm like, wait a minute, I was in the zone, Ava. I was talking to you guys, and the freaking notification just maybe I should turn down the volume on the headsets, but $50 Ava had donated. And not only that, I want you guys to realize that Ava is a subscriber, and then also a gifter of subs. So when it comes to the support of the streams, this has been support since 2014. And Ava is not alone. There's more. There's more of viewers out there, and that come out of the woodwork when I'm not expecting it, and come by and show some love and caring support. I thank you, and you know that. She knows that very well. But yeah, the guests thing. I think I might have a solution. And the solution that I give you guys is going to be, well, like, of course you're going to use Zoom. I happen to be talking to my cousin, DJ Beto is his name on the Twitch. If you ever see him in the chat, he goes by DJ Beto. And for those of you, some of my family members and close friends, and of course Ava knows who I'm talking about. You guys already know who this individual is. And I was talking to this cousin of mine, and I spoke to him about the extra mic, and I don't think I'm ready for a guest yet. And he said, wait a minute, you can use Zoom, and they don't have to turn their camera on, and Zoom is capable of handling exactly what you want to do. And I mentioned the Discord, and those of you guys, or most viewers that are catching this on YouTube, you guys might not know what Discord is, because it's mostly like a voice application that's used for the gaming community, and usually the gaming community kind of like keep it on the down low, because it's they don't want it going mainstream, because usually things that go mainstream, all of a sudden, when it gets too popular, and all of a sudden you got to pay for it. And Discord is for free. And there you go. I just ruined it. Now everybody's going to know about Discord, and probably by next year, probably going to have to pay like $5 $5 a month for the service. What else did I have here? What else did I have? Okay, that was pretty much it. Like the fact checking and the guests for Zoom. I was also talking to a few family members about the length of the podcast. This is another segue off of third topic, the length. 3 hours is, in my personal opinion, my personal best, and probably I would not want to do a podcast longer than 3 hours. Okay, with that being said, for me being a bottom feeder, and don't be upset that I call myself a bottom feeder podcaster, just let me be. Because and I already know that that's the truth. And you have to let me grow. However it grows, just, you guys know that's where it all starts. Jesus Christ. You're just drawing a blank of like why I was saying that. I know I was mentioning about like guests and all that, but I think for viewers right now, it's still a learning curve for a lot of people. And to be honest, I think a lot of my viewers are taking in consideration that I'm doing a podcast, and they do want to support me, but I think this is what's happening right now. They know I'm streaming right now. A lot of my viewers, they know that I'm streaming, but they know I'm also doing a podcast. And they could quite frankly be saying, well, you know what? I'm just going to watch the past broadcast and watch it all, or watch it on YouTube. And because that's how people are adjusted with their experiences with podcasts. It's I don't know too many people that talk about podcasting and they tell me like, oh my God, I gotta be home at a certain time or something like that because I want to visually and actually be at the live broadcast. I have not yet heard like anybody like desire to like do that. So I'm already expecting my viewership live not to be so big. And then once again, this is like no pity. Like I'm not saying like, but please feel sorry for me. I'm just saying I understand that people desire to listen to podcasts at a later time at their convenience, because they're very long and they like them at least like an hour or 2 or 3, because they know it's just talking, and they're busy doing stuff, cutting the grass, for example, and people can just sit back and just enjoy a proper conversation with no interruptions. Yeah. So right now, if you want to know what I'm thinking right now, I'm looking at the time, and it's an hour and 2 minutes that I've been streaming, and about like a good 5 minutes of it was ruined because my mic was muted. But it was muted in a way that most broadcasters would not know what's going on. I didn't physically have the oh no. For you guys listening, you guys might be noticing that I'm always, maybe every once in a while, I might be saying, oh no. So if you've been listening for the past few podcasts, I want you to learn now that when I say such things, that means there's a particular viewer that comes to my live broadcasts, and he goes by the name of Hawk. Okay? Not only Hawk, but it's 213. It's Hawk 213. I advise you, those of you that are listening, I want you guys to fact check Hawk 213. Okay, here's the homework for today's podcast. Just for giggles, just for kicks, as they say. But for me, you know damn well I say just for shits and giggles. I want you guys to fact check this gentleman, and I want to know once and for all if Hawk 213 is a girl or a boy. Now, I have asked this question to Hawk a few times. So what is Hawk? You see, Hawk is gambling in my chat right now. He's doing the 8-ball, and he's saying, ! 8-ball. That's the command to start the game. He says, will Adam USC find his way? ? ! Okay. Ava is already showing an answer of, ha ha ha, he's a man. and Hawk is booing. Okay. So when Ava says, he's a man, it reminded me of the old Saturday Night Live skit. Was it Saturday Night Live? See, this is like when I need like DJ Beto to be here, because most likely he would know such question. I can't remember, but the character was named Tom, or he like a man. He look like a man. No, it wasn't who I was thinking about. So it was an Asian girl, short. Hawk Hawk is doing silly stuff. He's saying the title of the stream. Miss Swan, Ava had replied, answering my question. Okay, Miss Swan. If you know what, just for the onlookers, for those of you that are watching this live, let me give you guys a treat. And I can just show some images. I'm not going to play any snippets of the skit because YouTube is going to be tapping me on the shoulder and doing the doing the drastic part, security code, the desktop image. A few of you will be laughing. I know a few of you will know what I'm talking about. But let's Google the images for Miss Swan. Excuse the typing, okay, guys, just to bear with me. And I'm gonna go to images. I'm not gonna go to videos because it bummed me out for the first podcast they got claimed. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm still learning my mouse and I accidentally click on buttons on the side. Okay. So, okay. Now, I apologize for those of you that are kicking back and just listening in on the podcast. But right now, I'm showing some images of Miss Swan. And just looking at that face, Hawk is talking to me in Spanish. Let me see if I can actually read this. El donde te quiero mucho. I'm afraid to even say that word because Hawk can be a bit nasty at times in the chats. It doesn't even make sense. Ava says, once again, some of the stuff that the viewers say in chat just kind of make me snap into stuff that happen in quotes that are in movies. So when Hawk is saying donde, I was thinking of Encino Man. And Encino Man goes to this bar and there's a bunch of Hispanics in there. And he walks up to one how could I say vato. He comes up to a vato, and in English, a vato is like a much more higher. Okay, who did that? Who was making that noise? Oh, okay. No, I seriously want to know how the hell that happened. Somebody in my stream made a drip sound. I don't know how they did it. You didn't hear anything? Okay. Okay. Do you know what a water drip sounds like? One drip on a steady plane of water. None of you guys heard that? You should have seen the equalizer go off in the center. It went bloop, just like that. Okay. Was it something that I on the browser? We saw it but didn't hear it. Okay. Was it something on the... I closed the browser though. You see what you miss if you're not here live. You miss all these little moments of entertainment magic. But this is a moment in all of my career of broadcasting on this platform. That was the spookiest thing that has ever happened to me. I'm not freaking joking, man. I don't know where that sound came from. I know I had a browser up and I was looking at Miss Swan. And it was just images. There was no GIFs, no videos. I didn't have a video playing. I didn't have like a YouTube video on the side playing, or even like on a pause. Just some random drip sound comes out of nowhere. Okay, here's another thing that I am willing and interested in maybe somebody fact checking this as well. This might be like an inside joke now with the fact checking. If somebody could watch the past broadcast and maybe pick up the volume at max, wait for that moment and watch the drip sound or watch the equalizer go up in the middle and find out, fact check on why that happened. I don't have any notifications that make a drip sound. I'm not spooked anymore, but I'm so intrigued on what just happened. I thought it was like a command that you guys were doing. You guys figured out something. Okay. We just had another viewer come in, and he goes by the name of Ghost, and he didn't do his classic entry. But what does he say here? And this is being really risky because I'm not fact checking what he's saying, or I'm not even proofreading what he's going to say. So I'm going to read this out loud to you guys. Ghost _ AKA 12 says, I drank green tea, ready to sleep, but I got a notification of you being alive. And then he follows up with his classic line, scumbag, in all caps. Of course, scumbag is like an inside joke with us. He's not being a sniveling goof off. He's just reminding me of the moment we had to find out what was worse, a scumbag or a dirtbag, and that's his line, and he's allowed to say it whenever he wants because it's downright funny, because it's an inside joke. Yeah, Hawk is just living it up, man. One of these days I'm gonna have to, eventually I'm going to be interviewing most of you guys. Most of you. But just imagine the day when the day comes when I do have Hawk as a guest. And it might be like where it most likely will probably be on a Discord, and Hawk will come in and there'll be like utter silence. And he might be like, hey, do you mind if, like, when I'm talking to you, USC, do you mind if I still gamble in the chat? And of course, oh boy, Hawk, what is he saying? I need another drink, he says, after listening to Adam Speaks. Wait, which one is worst? Scumbag? Wait, well, I mean, we already discussed this. The douchebag, and I can't remember if dirtbag had douchebag underneath it as I think it was for scumbag. Scumbag had douchebag as a sub name for it. There was some god awful names that I haven't even heard and said in years when we read those definitions. One of the funny ones was like sleazebag. but now like we're going off the cuff here. I don't even know if I need to apologize for because I had some proper discussions in the beginning of the podcast. You know, for a full hour, I was talking about some serious stuff, and then now we're just for the next hour. I'll say we'll go for like 2 hours on the podcast, and we're just on the whim. I can just imagine maybe my cousin DJ Beto. He's going to be mowing his lawn, and he's going to be listening to this podcast as he says he does, and he's just going to be shaking his head, just mowing the grass, grinning, shaking his head, and then his wife is going to come up to him. Hey, honey. I saw you on the mower, and you just kept on shaking your head. Are you okay? And he goes, no. I'm listening to the podcast, and some of the guys that were on Adam's, podcast were just saying some stuff that were just making no sense. You know. What is this? What is Ghost saying? Ghost says, you got such a deep voice. You about to be a Pokemon narrator or narrator. Wait. Hold on. He says, narrator or narrator. What? Wait. It's just like second guessing his spelling, but like what's up with that with correct spelling on the internet like these days? I remember like my first couple tweets, I tweeted out something and I misspelled a word, but it was like something silly, like I was spelling the and I accidentally like fat fingered an extra key in the. But if you read the tweet, it's like, oh, I know he meant to say the. He just hit an extra key, but big deal. But I was so in desire of wanting to like delete the tweet. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta delete the tweet. People are gonna read it and people are gonna, they think I'm a fucking retard. And then I sit back and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing, Adam? Who really gives a damn? They know what you said. But it's just this image that you try to portray on the internet. And we all do it, man. Ghost is saying the autocorrect, I really don't get like the autocorrect too much when I'm on a desktop. But when you're on your phone, I do hear people complain about the autocorrect and oh boy. I'm very curious to do another image thing. Miss Swan. Let me go Miss Swan. Okay. And I'm going to click on image. And I'm going to try to duplicate. I'm going to try to duplicate what had happened. So, Miss Swan, what exactly did you hear and see? Can you describe the person that broke into your house? one of us is going to be YouTubing Miss Swan later on tonight after the podcast. And you're going to watch it and you're going to be going, God damn it, Adam. And then you're going to watch it and you're going to go, okay, this is funny. Okay. It's funny. I get it. I'm not sure if like most of you guys had watched that. Obviously, I know Ava knows. But there was some, I didn't scroll down. I never moved it. And I think maybe I was moving it. Dang, man, I'm just so curious on why that happened. There was a couple other words that Miss Swan would say. I know she would do like, no. She would say no a lot, I think. Or she would say, oh. I almost like want to like get Miss Swan quotes. What if we do that? Miss Swan. What? Oh shoot. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. She looked like a man. He looked like a man. Okay, wait. What's this one? Miss Swan. Okay, I'll tell you everything. Okay. I'll tell you everything. He look like a man. Okay. Oh boy. This the rest of this podcast is just going to be total slapstick. And maybe it was needed because the last podcasts were just naturally calm and collective and serious. And I think that was the... Dude, I want to watch these... I want to watch these clips, man, so bad. There you go. That's a GIF. I can almost hear Miss Swan even saying it. But the other character, and I do believe it was from Saturday Night Live. It was a character that would, you could never tell if it was a girl or a guy. And the character had a name that was universal to a girl or a guy. I want to say the name was like Tim or not Kim. Maybe. Dang it, man. But throughout the whole skits, neighbors, friends, co-workers, they would always be asking questions or putting this character in situations where they would have to reveal their gender. And when it got like super close about revealing the gender, the character would like put their hands on their chest and go the noises. I can't even do it, man. But they were always adjusting their glasses. The character had glasses on, and they would always wear like a button-up dress shirt with a very neutral color, like sometimes like a tan or a yellow. And what was the name, man? What was the name? If I could just get the name, and then I could freaking show you. I can just maybe Google famous Saturday Night Live characters, man. But I think maybe it was like in living color. Maybe can somebody fact check this? Just somebody fact check this. I think. Yeah, I don't know, man. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find it. Let me do my own fact checking for you guys. God dang it. Maybe it was in living color. Not sure. Let's do images. Oh my gosh, man, these characters. I'm gonna skim through them because I know exactly what I'm looking for image wise, and I'm coming to the conclusion that I don't think it was Saturday Night Live. Because the skits were kind of cheap, and Saturday Night Live skits are very like high end quality backgrounds and of the sort. Shoot, I'm almost tempted to call up one of my cousins and find out. Oh, boys, e-boys, e-girls, I found the picture. I found a picture. Look at this. This is the character, man. This is the character. Saturday Night Live costume, Halloween costume. Okay. Okay. Wait, let me X out of here. So it's this character. I'm hoping my viewers are seeing this. Maybe they might recall the face. Can somebody please help me? This is where you guys that are listening in the past broadcasts on YouTube. This is where I'm like, I'm helpless. My viewers are gone, and I'm talking to myself, and nobody can help me research. So I'm begging you. Maybe one day, if you're a listener listening to this at a later time, you see how it would help me if you were here in the moment live. I mean, like, I'm dying here. I'm like, I'm getting close, but it took me like 20 minutes to like find this just image. Now I gotta find the name of the show, or the skit, I should say. It's never gonna happen, and I apologize. I apologize for this, for not fact checking. I got it, boys. I got it. No. Go back. It's Pat. The name is Pat. Is it? I clicked on the image for Pat and it didn't. It's right here. Pat Saturday Night Live. Click on it. There we go. There we go, boys. There we go. Okay. So in this situation, okay. Pat Saturday Night Live wiki. Let's do the wiki. Let's Wikipedia. Let's see if we can do this. No, I want all. Okay, here we go. We'll read some of this. Hold on. Let me go to this. Okay, now. Oh, jeez. I'll read this. Okay, we'll read this out loud for the broadcasters. Okay, here we go, boys. That I did not want to happen. I want to right click, read aloud. I know that came abruptly, and you guys might have not heard the explanation. Pat is an androgynous fictional character. I have to be honest with you. I don't know the proper the proper definition of androgynous. I'm assuming that it means confused. Oh man. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. But we'll leave it that. We'll end the podcast on that note about Pat, the androgynous fictional character.